Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to my second channel. Today, I'm going to be doing the Q&A that I promised you guys a couple weeks ago, but we're finally doing it here on the second channel. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, please come join me. I can't really say exactly what I post on here because I don't know exactly. I kind of just follow the vibes. But I asked you guys over on my main channel to ask me some questions and that I would make a Q&A out of it. So I've got 30 questions here today and I'm gonna answer them, okay? First question. Favorite movie. So I would have to say one of my favorite movies, and this is a really hard question, but one of my absolute favorites is The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. I actually just rewatched that movie last night, but I only made it like halfway through before I had to go to bed. But that is totally one of my favorite movies. It is so good. It makes me cry every time. I also love I Am Legend with Will Smith. I also love Titanic. You know, that movie goes so hard. I feel like I am on the edge of my seat every time. It's just so good. Number two, what was my dream job as a kid? So I think the first dream job that I had was when I was 4 and I wanted to be a pilot because the pilots let me sit in the cockpit when my mom and I went to the Netherlands. So that's really cool. I was like, apparently I was sitting there in the seat and I was like, I know what I want to be when I grow up, a pilot. And that must have been so cute. I was 4 at that point. So yeah, but I realized that I'm not going to be a pilot. But number 3, favorite music slash artist. So this is also one that's really hard. I would say that my overall music taste is kind of all over the place. So of course I like rap. You know, I love Drake. That's all I can really think of. I haven't been listening to rap as much lately because I feel like it's become a little boring. I don't know. I'm kind of more into like alternative and rock music. I listened to, for a while, I was in love with Marilyn Manson. Not actually in love with him, but like I listened to his music a lot. He was like my number one artist a while ago. And Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Deftones. Actually, that song, I think it's called Drive Far Away. I actually don't even know what it's called, but that was my number one most listened to song last year. I love The Weeknd. I love Doja Cat. I love Artemis. I love you guys. I love that man. I saw him in concert recently and like it was so good. When I was a kid, I loved Taylor Swift, you know. She was my gal. Those are kind of what come to my head, but I listen to a lot. Oh, I also kind of had like I've had like a random like country music moment where I was listening, like Zach Bryan was like in my top people as well. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust that. Yeah. I also really love Zach Bryan. He's really good. So yeah, kind of all over the place. Number 4. What are some qualities that I look for in a guy? Well, I think this is obvious. Everyone always says they want a guy who's funny. And like, of course, yeah, I want a guy who's funny. I'm really weird. Like, you guys, I'm actually a very, very weird. So I need someone to like match my weirdness, you know, someone who's down to earth. I really do not vibe with guys or just people in general who are super like stuck up, think they're too good for a lot of things. Like, you know, you gotta be down to earth, you gotta be cool, gotta be chill, spontaneous, adventurous, just fun and chill. Like, I would never want to be with a guy who's like, you can't wear that out. I'm like, buddy, we're done. We're done if you say that to me. Or like, you don't have to, like, I like to go out with my friends and stuff, but like, you don't have to always come with me if you don't want to like go out and drink, but like, allow me, you know, like, let me go have fun. I would never cheat. I'm very loyal, so no one would ever need to worry about that. But like, you know, I need to like I need to just be my own self because I'm very independent and like I don't want a man to hold me back from that. And yeah, like what else? Respectful, you know, like of course everyone wants a respectful man. Someone who just likes to hang out, you know, just vibe, likes to go on dates, you know, just like a fun person. Oh, and also, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just thinking of all these now. I don't want no bum guy, okay? Like, it's very unattractive to me when a guy lacks ambition and goals and motivation in his life. I don't care what it is you want to achieve in your life, but I want you to want to achieve something. Like, I just really don't like it when a guy doesn't have those goals, you know, like be working on yourself, you know, always try and be better. So I like that. Number 5, why did I start ASMR? So, well, I've been watching ASMR for years and years and years now, and I remember starting my channel like years ago now. I think it's been like 5 years since I started my channel originally. But I was just like, I love ASMR. I love YouTube. I always want to be a YouTuber. So like, why don't I just start an ASMR channel? And I did, and it was just like a fun little hobby, you know. I wanted to like I know what type of ASMR I enjoyed watching, so I wanted to create that kind of content. And I thought if I could become a YouTuber, that'd be the coolest thing ever. And you know, of course, I never thought anything would ever happen from it, and I just did it for fun for the longest time. But you know, then it actually turned into something. So yeah, you gotta follow your dreams. You know, just post that video. You know. Number 6, advice for people who want to start traveling. So I do a lot of solo travel, a lot of solo backpacking, and my advice for anyone who kind of wants to start traveling more is honestly just do it. Don't overthink it too much. Don't overthink. Like, don't go back and forth too much. Just book it, honestly, because if you just sit there and you don't book it, you are never going to go, and that is just the way it is. Um, you don't need to be as stressed out as you think. I know going on trips and everything, it is really scary and overwhelming, but like, just do it. Tell yourself everything's going to work out. It's going to be fine. Just don't worry. Just book the trip. Just do it, okay? If it's been something that's been on your mind, I want you to go and book that trip, okay? Like if you're, you know, if you got the money for it, if you're ready, but you're just kind of like humming, hawing, go do it because you just gotta go do it, honestly. Um, Question 7, what is my major? So, you guys, I did go to university. I went to university for criminology and criminal justice, and I have a concentration in psychology, and I actually graduated with distinction. So, and you know, I am gonna flex that. I am going to flex that because I went to university for 4 years and I was very good at school. I always really loved school, love writing papers. Um, so graduating with distinction means that I had an 80 average or higher. Um, yeah, so I am gonna flex that because I worked very hard. I graduated like 2 years ago, by the way. Um, Number 8. Okay. So a lot of people had been asking me this. So why did I start OnlyFans? Now that is a question a few people asked, so let me get into that. First of all, let me just say this. It's not like I just woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans. Like, it's something that I thought about for months, for about 3 months actually. I was talking to some friends, being like, what do you think about this? You know, writing out, deciding, is this something I really want to do? Well, I decided, yes, I do want to do it. And now as to the actual reason why. Now, I feel like nobody can talk about OnlyFans without talking about money in one way or another. Um, you know, I thought I do social media, you know. I think it's a really good idea as a creator to make yourself present on as multiple different platforms, right? You know, I got a TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon. I was like, you know what? Let me get up on that OF. You know, I had wondered what it would be like if I were to make one. And I didn't want to, you know, have my time pass, you know, be done my social media career like years down the line and wonder what it would be like if I had just created one, you know, if I didn't make one, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, and if I don't like it, then I can just stop, right? I can just delete the account. But like I said, I was very sure that I wanted to do it. I wrote down a couple points, but it's also another reason as to why it's not like it's completely out of the blue, you know. I made my ASMR YouTube channel years ago, never with any kind of intention or thought about starting an OnlyFans. That was never what any of this was about. But people in my comments, I was getting comments since day one, honestly. People, make an OF, oh my god, da, da, da. There was always that audience there, whether I tried to get one or not, which I didn't try to attract that audience. It just happened. Like, that audience was always there. And, you know, I'm like, well, they want this kind of content. And, you know, I might as well provide. Let me provide. so so I did. And, you know, I have no regrets. It is quite like the money is good and everything, but I also do enjoy doing it. If I didn't like it, I would not be doing it, because I don't think it's worth it to do something that you really dislike or that you're uncomfortable with just for money. So it really is like a win-win situation, because I still get to do my regular ASMR on YouTube, but then for those who want that kind of like step further, because there are, it's not all my audience that wants that, but there is definitely a percentage that has always been there, you know, then they can have a platform to see more content, right? And I know like some people have very strong opinions about it, and I get it, but like, I don't know. I know, I do know. I don't regret it, and it's been great, and that's why I made it. So yeah, I think that is all I wanted to say about that. I wanted to make sure that I had all my points covered. Also, my little bang. Yeah. Honestly, like I said, no regrets. I'm so glad I decided to. I'm so glad I decided to start one. Next question: where do you really want to travel? So I think next I would love to go to Guatemala, um, and Colombia. For some reason, I'm feeling very called to Argentina. I don't know why, but I really want to go there for some reason. But I think, yeah, Guatemala is my number one, and Colombia. Um, yeah. Favorite place that I have been, so favorite country that I've been to, I would say Thailand. I spent 7 weeks there. I was deathly ill for a week of that. But overall, Thailand, she was gorgeous, love, and I had such a good time there. I love Thailand. Number 11, how am I able to travel so much, and how am I not scared to solo travel? So, first of all, how am I able to travel? First of all, let me just say this. I I think when people see that I'm traveling, they don't realize how cheaply you can do it. You can backpack, stay in hostels, do it cheaply. So when I'm traveling, I'm cutting costs. I'm not taking the Uber to that like sightseeing thing. No, I'm taking the public transit. You know, I'm not taking a private car to my next city. No, I am taking the public transit even if it takes me 15 hours, right? Because that's going to be like a fraction of the price. I'm eating that street food. I'm not going to the five-star restaurant. I'm sleeping in a hostel in a bunk bed, not some fancy hotel. Like, I think the cheapest hostel that I stayed in Southeast Asia was like $4 Canadian a night. Like, I had stays in the single digits. I had stays that were like $10, $15. That's how you travel cheaply. And how I'm personally able to do it is because, well, I save up my money, and also because I am able to still post videos while I'm abroad, so I can still kind of get an income in as I'm traveling. Um, yeah, but if you want to get into that, you know, I might do a video or something, because you can do like workaways where you work, where you volunteer basically in a different country at like a hostel or something, and you get to stay there for free, and you even get some free food sometimes. So there's a lot of ways. But how am I not scared to solo travel? It's, you know, I get scared every single time. I've done 4 solo trips now, and I get so nervous every single time. But I think the most recent one I went on was the most freeing and eye-opening, where I was just like, oh my god, like this is amazing. I get scared to solo travel, but I still do it because it turns out so amazingly every time. Number 12. What is my body count? Now, I'm not going to answer this on here. And I think I may have answered it on OnlyFans once. If you want to know, you can go on there and you can find the answer probably in one of my videos that I posted a while ago. I think I've answered that. It might have gone up since then, but you know, you can get an idea. Number 13. What is the hardest part about being an ASMR artist? And it's funny you asked this because this literally, my least favorite thing about being an ASMR artist literally just happened to me before filming this video. So I filmed another video before this and I finished it and I was very happy with it, only to realize my microphone was not picking up any audio. It was plugged in, the light was on, it should have been working, but no sound. So I was very upset. The video was only 7 minutes. It was a video for OF, but the video that it was, it's just, it was like, I was laying in the pose, basically. And like, that's not the most comfortable position to lay in. So I will need to redo that video tomorrow. But that is my least favorite part because that has happened to me, I can't even count how many times now. Or where I've accidentally had the mic muted and I get through a whole video just to find out that I need to delete the whole thing and redo it. That sucks. But I try not to get too upset about it because it's just kind of part of it. But there are a couple other things that are kind of difficult about being an ASMR artist. So number 2 is it needs to be quiet. So back in university when I lived with roommates, it was very hard to find good times to film. And because I not only did I have roommates, there was also people living above us and you could hear them walking. Now it's okay, like, because I usually just film during the day now. But yeah, but I also, another thing that I do find a little difficult about being an ASMR artist is I'm trying to be slow and gentle and relaxing. But if I'm in a headspace where I'm stressed or overwhelmed, if I've got a lot on my mind, it's really hard to have that gentle aura when I do not have that gentle aura within myself. So literally, was it 2 days ago? I filmed, well, I got ready to film and then I had something really stressful happen. And I was like, so I could not focus and I was like crying. I was like trying not to ruin my makeup. But like, I was like, how am I going to film a video? I cannot even think straight right now. So it's hard to really be calm and gentle when you don't feel like that. Number 14, what is my favorite food? This is really hard to answer, but I love me a good burrito bowl. Oh my god, that's gotta be one of my favorite foods, honestly. Number 15, what are my favorite YouTubers? So I'm gonna do non-ASMR artists for this question. I love Aaron and Joe. They're my like favorite. Aaron and Joe, please. I love you. Especially Aaron. I love Danny Gonzalez, Curtis Connor, Drew Gooden, you know, I love them. I really love watching Hannah Alonso. She's an anti-MLM YouTuber and she always makes really good stuff. I did really like Cody Ko, but you know, we know what happened with him, so I don't watch him anymore. Yeah, those are the ones that come to my head. Honestly, I just watch random videos too, like whatever I see that looks interesting. But if I'm choosing a video to watch as I'm getting ready, it's probably going to be Aaron and Joe. And then number 16, favorite ASMR artists. Rach ASMR is probably my consistent number 1. Grace V. Honestly, my favorite ASMR artists don't change. Like, I don't really branch out too much. I feel like I know which ones I like and I kind of just stick to those. But I do have I love Rivi. I don't know. I have a favorite ASMR videos playlist. You can go see my favorite ASMR videos on there, and a lot of those videos are from my favorite ASMRtists. Number 17, what are my hobbies? So, going to the gym, although I haven't really been loving the gym as much lately, like I'm like, kind of like whatever about it, but that's one of my main hobbies. I used to be into sewing, although I haven't sewn in a while. I'm like, literally, what are my hobbies? But I love to go camping. I love a good hike. What else? Literally, like, I'm like, what do I do with my life? There's definitely more, but I just can't really think of any. Honestly, because a few questions kind of similar to this were like, how do you spend your free time if you're not doing ASMR? A lot of my time is spent by like doing like editing content and also doing messages on OnlyFans because that takes quite a bit of time. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I definitely have more hobbies than that, but like I can't think. Number 18. Will I ever do live streams again? So a couple people asked me this because I did used to do live streams on TikTok and I know that those were so fun. But honestly, they don't really align with my schedule anymore because I do my filming during the day and then at night that's kind of like the evening time I kind of like go to the gym and then I'll spend my nights like hanging out, editing, watching TV. So like do a live stream, I really need to have like the energy for it and like I don't. Maybe the answer is maybe I want to, but like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna say probably here and there in the future. Number 19, what is my love language? So I've always kind of thought my love language was quality time, and I do agree with that. Quality time is probably my main love language. Yeah. Number 20, how many countries have I been to? So I've been to 22 countries, including Canada, which is where I live. So yeah, I feel like I end every question with, so yeah. Number 21, am I religious? So, no, I'm not religious, at least not at this point in my life. I did grow up Catholic, I went to Catholic school and everything, but I'm not really religious anymore. I never really was that into it, but like. Number 22, favorite season and why? So, summer is my favorite season. Why? Because I love to get a good tan. I love the beach. I love the warmth. I love swimming in the lake. I love camping. I love music festivals and ice cream dates and watching a good sunset. And I love everything about summer. And I miss it because it's getting real cold now. Number 23. How long will I do ASMR? Honestly, until it's like not very feasible to do anymore. Like, currently as it stands, ASMR and all of my social media platforms are my job currently, even though it doesn't feel like a job half the time. But one day, like obviously, like I can't do this forever. So I'm definitely looking at like the next few years at least. And even if I do need to kind of supplement income with a job, I think I would still post videos here and there because I enjoy it and it's fun. But I see myself continuing on with what I'm doing now for a good few more years at least, and then continuing on if it continues to be going good. Number 24, what hair products do I use? So I use only products from the brand Luss. That's LUS. I love their conditioner, shampoo, leave-in conditioner, and gel. That's my routine, and I love them. My hair's looking bad today, but you know, usually when it looks good, Luss be pulling through. Also, I always if I have a fresh wash day, I will always sleep with a silk hair scarf on my head or my bonnet. I also have a satin bonnet because that is the number one thing actually that keeps my hair good. Like protecting it at night. That is like one of the most important things. Number 25, my first ASMR experience. So let me just like whisper a little bit and tell you guys my first ASMR experience was about 10 years ago. I was scrolling on YouTube one night, I couldn't sleep, and I was watching ballet videos when a ballet, like this girl in this video was showing her ballet shoes and she was whispering. It was ASMR. And bro, I passed out in like 2 seconds. I passed out. The next morning I woke up and I was like, what was that? And I kept watching that video over and over again until I thought, what the heck is this ASMR? Let me just type in ASMR into YouTube, and I just discovered the world. So that YouTube channel is ASMR Alexia. That original video is no longer up on her channel, but she does have other ones that I was obsessed with because I would just, before I really like discovered the whole world of ASMR, I would just watch her videos. Very lo-fi, very good. But yeah, that's my first ASMR experience, and I was getting the tingles and I was like, oh my god, what's happening? It was so good. Number 26. How old am I? Oh well, if you might ask, if you must know, I am 23 years old, but I turn 24 on December 29th. So yes, my birthday is in the year 2000, which is really cool. I'm sorry, but like 2000 babies are like the coolest ever. So yeah, I'm 23. Number 27. What else would I be doing if it wasn't for ASMR? So probably something in the criminology field, as that is what I have my degree in. I worked in bylaw for a few years, so I probably would have continued on with something like that, or maybe something in the criminology field. There is so much that you could do, honestly. Like my friend, she also has a crim degree and she's worked in bail. Currently now she's working as a justice worker. There's so much stuff that you can do. So probably something in you know the criminal justice fields. Number 28, what is my sign? So this person actually asked me like my big three, like the moon rising and all that. I do not know, and I tried to find it and it looked too confusing. So all I know is I'm a Capricorn, okay? I'm a Capricorn. Number 29, advice for someone starting social media. So first of all, just post. Don't be too critical on yourself. Don't try and make it perfect, because you will learn as you go. Like you will perfect your craft as you go. You'll get into your niche. Just post things, get yourself out there, see what catches on, see what's working. That's why, yeah, like you want to be putting out content. Once you see, oh, people seem to like this video, then you do more of that. Don't be scared about what other people think. I really feel like at this day and age, we are past that bullshit. Like, why do I care? Back in the day when I started my ASMR channel, I was so scared of people finding it and what they would think. If that prevented me from posting, I would not be here today. And I'm so glad I didn't care what people had to think, what people had to say. I don't really think I had any ops. I don't think I really have any haters. But even if I do, even if there was people talking shit behind my back, literally, I do not give a singular fuck, because I continued on with it. Yeah, there was times like in the beginning when I didn't have much of a following and I was still posting, right? People could have maybe looked at that and been like, oh, what a loser, like she's trying to be somebody. But like, honestly, in social media, if you are consistent, if you're putting out good content, the people will eventually come. So just keep doing what you're doing. If you have any ops, if you have any haters, do not listen to them, because they're stupid and they're losers, okay? Okay, oh my gosh, guys, last question, number 30. What are my biggest goals in life? Well, biggest goals in life. This is kind of hard because, like, overall, okay, not to be corny, my overall biggest goal in life is to be happy and to be proud of myself and the things that I've accomplished. I always say that my biggest fear is that I'm going to be on my deathbed at like 80 something years old, and I'm going to look back at my life and be like, dang, this wasn't the life I wanted to live. I should have tried to do this. Obviously there's going to be some regrets in your life, but like, I want my biggest goal is to be on my deathbed and thinking back to my life and being like, I did everything I wanted to do, and I found a way to do all of those things. That's my biggest goal, honestly, to be able to look back at my life when I'm old and be content with it. In terms of like actual things, like I'd love to have children someday. I'd love to find my man. The man for me. He's out there. I know he is. Maybe that's one of you guys. But like probably not, but like maybe. What was I thinking? Where's it going? Oh, I would love to like own a house. I would love to finish my travels. Like I said, like I mentioned, a couple more places I want to see, a couple more countries I want to go to. But I do have a longer list, and I would love to complete that, see those countries. Biggest goals. Like I would love to say something like hit 1 million subscribers and everything, but I don't know if that will ever happen, maybe. But like, even where I'm at right now, I'm content. Like, even if all my social media stopped tomorrow, I will have achieved one of the biggest goals in my life, which is like making something of social media, of myself on social media, which I have done that. So I've already fulfilled that goal, and I'm continuing to fulfill it more and more each day. But yeah, I'd say, yeah, that's a pretty comprehensive list for my biggest goals in life. What time is it, y'all? Oh my gosh, it is 12:34. I was going to watch an episode of a show tonight. I'm watching that monsters thing on Netflix, which it took a turn. It got kind of crazy, kind of fast. At first, I was like, this is just weird and corny. Why did they film it like this? And then it got like, whoa. So, my lovelies, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I love yapping, as we all know. Let me just quickly make sure I did not forget anything, which I really do not think. I don't think that I forgot anything, so I think that we're all good. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. If you want, if you have any other questions to ask me, maybe I can do another one. But thank you for watching.